This one's for the government, and you're about to find out why. So, why am I flipping the camera off and saying this one's for the government? Well, I'm about to tell you. First, quick update on my location. I left Texas today, unfortunately. I feel homesick. You know, my home is up in Chicago with the baby and the wife, and I miss them. But God, I cannot wait to move to Texas. So right now I'm in North Little Rock. If you couldn't tell, there's a little bit of like dance club strobe lights going on out there because the weather's about to get a little shitty. But that's not what we're here to fucking talk about. We're here to talk about something important. Let me grab a smoke because I'm about to get fired up. Alright. You know, as you guys know, it's been about almost 2 years. Yeah, about 2 years since I was over the road last. I went local. And you know, I didn't go very far or stay out very late beyond, you know, I lost my train of thought for a second. I didn't go too far outside of home. And I didn't stay out very late or go past very many truck stops or rest areas or scales. You know, I tended to, well, I avoid the scales, but, you know, I didn't see very many truck stops or anything on my time out. And if I did, it was during the day when naturally truck stops are going to be empty. Well, I made an observation in the past 4 days that I've been on the road. 3-4 days, yeah, 4 days, I think. Anyways, I'm tired. I'm trying to get this video in before I go to bed. We're going to see if I can hit all the points. My main concern here, why I'm pissed off at the government, is these fucking ELDs, okay? Yes, I've always used ELDs, and for those of you that don't know what I mean by ELDs, I'm talking about electronic logging devices. Back in the day, truckers didn't have those. They ran, I don't have it up here. They ran paper logs. I have one up there just in case the ELD shits out. You have to by law. Basically what the ELD does is it keeps track of your driving, your work time, and your off-duty time electronically, and it abides by the law so that you can't break it. Okay, that's all fine and good. You know, except back when I was over the road, they weren't mandated, so a lot of guys who ran independently, or a lot of smaller companies that had fewer than whatever the threshold of trucks was, they didn't have to run them. They could run paper logs. Meaning these guys naturally were cheating. Not all, but a good majority. And so, you know, the truck stops, yeah, they got full. The rest areas, yeah, they got full. But I've noticed more and more trucks parked along the sides of the road, which is dangerous overnight. I've noticed more and more trucks piled into the rest areas and the way stations that allow parking overnight. And finding parking at the truck stops at times when normally truck stops are pretty easy to find parking in, I've noticed here and there can be a bit challenging. And I believe it's directly related to these ELDs. When that clock stops, you better be parked. Otherwise, it's going to violate you. And if it violates you and you get inspected, you're screwed. Another thing I've noticed, and I'm blaming the electronic logs on this, is the amount of reserved parking spaces in these truck stops. I'm here at the Petro in North Little Rock, and the last time I was here was, I believe, with my wife back in my Warner days. We stopped here because I had a nail in a steer tire and I wanted to get that changed. We ended up getting caught in the rain on the way into the restaurant over there. But there was some reserved parking. I get here today to look for a parking space, and I noticed that rows that are reserved now were rows that weren't reserved the last time I was here. Same thing with some TAs that I've been to or seen, reading the reviews of different truck stops, deciding where I want to stop to eat or take a break. You know, because I read the reviews. If the review is unfavorable, I'll try not to stop there. But all I'm seeing is truck stops filled up fast, or the truck stop has fucking 75% reserved parking. And the reason I believe that the truck stops are doing this is because they know that people are going to come in here with their ELDs counting down to the wire. They're going to need a place to park. Well, what choice do you have if all the free parking is taken and there's only reserved left and you have to park? Parking along the side of the road is dangerous and it's illegal in some states. It's certainly illegal here in Arkansas. The way stations have a big old sign about it. So the government wants you to shut down when it's time to shut down, but they're not leaving you with enough safe options to do so. So Jimmy Jackoff comes in here. He's got 30 minutes left on his clock. There's not another truck stop that he can get to. This is the only one. Yeah, he could have stopped sooner, but he's trying to get home. He pulls into the truck stop and he sees, oh shit, a lot of these reserve spots are empty, but God, there's no free parking. I guess I'm gonna have to pay the $20 or whatever it is to pay to park for the night. And the truck stops know that these people are gonna come in here desperate for a parking spot, and they're gonna have to suck it up and they're gonna have to pay it. It's a fucking shame. That's exactly what it is. It's a fucking shame. These truck stops, they don't care about the drivers. They try and make it seem like, oh yeah, for the drivers. No, they're for the money. They're for the money. They used to care about the drivers. It seemed like when I was over the road before, they cared a little bit more about the drivers. But now they're out for the money. They saw a gold mine and they took it. And it's a damn shame. You're ripping off drivers out here who are underpaid and overworked and just want a place to go to sleep for the night. And the U.S. government, you are directly responsible for this. Directly responsible. There was no need to mandate the e-logs. No need. They don't make the roads safer. They don't make, we're not machines. According to this e-log, as soon as I go off duty or in the sleeper berth for my 10-hour break, I should be asleep automatically. And once that 10-hour break is up, I gotta be up. Well, what if I get screwed around with during the day and there's no loads, and I've just come off of my 10-hour break and made a delivery and there's no loads all day? Now I gotta take another 10-hour break. I'm already up. I've already had my coffee. I've already driven somewhere. I'm awake. And I'm gonna be awake for the next 10, 11 hours, like I had planned on being, because I was planning on driving. There's no loads. Now I gotta take another 10-hour break. And what if my company says, oh, we got a load for you now. We see that your 10-hour break is up. Now, I know my company wouldn't do this to me. They would understand, because, we're small time, and they treat us with respect. But I'm sure most of you have seen that Run Hard, Get Paid guy. I'm sure you've seen his video, The Ugly Truth of Trucking, or The Dark Truth of Trucking, something like that. And that's exactly a scenario that happened to him. His company saw that his 10-hour break was up, despite the fact that he had just come off of a 10-hour break and they didn't have any loads for him, and they forced him to run a load. And he said, look, man, I'm tired. I got to stop. I'm not going to deliver this on time. You know, I was up all day. What do you want me to do? And they're like, oh, you should have been sleeping. But we're not fucking robots out here. You want robots? Build trucks that are robots. And watch how many people get killed. You know, the government is amazing. They're amazing. They're not out here for our drivers' safety. They're out here for their money. But what they don't realize is they're driving up shipping costs, and trucking wages are staying the same. And, you know, companies keep getting taken to court, and sometimes they lose, but most of the time the government tries to help them find ways to fuck their drivers right up the ass. It's bullshit. Now, I love my job. I love driving a truck. I take pride in it. It's something I've wanted to do since I was little, since I was my daughter's age. She's going to be 4. You know, I had a real Tonka reel smoking semi when I was a kid, and that's what started it. I thought that was so cool. You know, you turn a little thing on, it goes rrr, rrr, you press a little button to go, get out of my way! You know, it's a fucking cool toy. Make any little boy want to be a trucker. But I don't know, man. These rules and these regulations and just drivers getting screwed out of their hard-earned little money that they make. It's pathetic. You know, you got somebody who comes in here like Warner who makes 30 cents a mile, and they gotta, you know, they're sending money back home. They got a wife and 2 kids, 3 kids back at home. They got bills to pay. They're cutting it, and they got to support themselves out on the road because Warner don't let them have an inverter or a fridge or any of that. So they got to buy all their damn meals. And now you want them to pay $20 every fucking night to park their truck? Shame on you. Shame on you, Petro and TA, and any other truck stops that are doing this. Shame on you. Shame. Thank you for watching. If you have any other points to make with this video, please comment below. Like, share, subscribe, all that shit. Check out the Facebook, facebook.com/18wheels to hell, or the Instagram. It's going to be 18_wheels_2_hell. No underscore after that. No more. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening to me rant. It wasn't a well put together rant, just something I thought of in my head and decided to tape it because I know other drivers could relate to this shit. I was looking forward to coming back to doing Over the Road, and I still am. But, God, it's a shame. It's amazing in the 2 years that I've been absent from it how much things have changed. And I've only been driving for almost 4 years, and things are changing this quickly. It makes me scared of what the next 4 years or 40 years are going to be like. One more time. Shame on you, Petro and TA, and any other truck stops that are pulling this bullshit. And shame on you, U.S. government, for fucking the people that run your country. Without us, America starves. Remember that. Next time you decide that you're going to fuck somebody over, like your hard-working, commerce-moving truck drivers. Have a good night. See y'all later.